Good morning. I want to make a quick tutorial on light metering because it's a really fast way to make your CG just look a whole bunch more realistic that no one ever talks about. And if you're going, Curtis, haven't you already made this tutorial before? Kinda. I'll explain why I'm redoing it at the very end. But right now we have our footage open in Nuke, and this is just a 360 image that I got off of Polyhaven that I animated the camera spinning around in, except it doesn't look real because our environment and our camera aren't interacting with each other in a way that we're very much used to with light metering. So the first step is you're going to add a time offset node. We don't want our light metering to happen on the frame that we need it to. It's got a little bit of a delay. I used to do 4 frames, but I feel like that drew too much attention to it, and I don't want this to live in the front of your brain. I want this to live in the back of your brain. So now I'm more of a 2-frame delay kind of guy. Next, Nuke is actually recording your video information in terms of RG and B. If we were to look at this sky right here, we can see that it's got 0.36 red, 0.46 green, 0.55 blue. I don't want our light metering to be based off the color information of our video. I want it to be based off of the luminance information of our video. So a fast way to do that is to add in a Colorspace node and convert it from something like linear RGB to HSL, hue, saturation, and luminance, that thing that we need. Except it looks really stupid right now because Nuke is still treating them as RG and B information. So what we're going to add is a shuffle node, and we're going to plug the blue, which is our luminance, into green and red, and blah, there we go, a perfect black and white luminance information video, whatever, of what we need. Now we can add the root effect of our video, which is the Curvetool. This is going to scan our video and give us back the information that we need to play with. This is our ROI, our region of importance, I'm guessing. This is the area of the video that will be scanned, and it will tell us how bright this area of our video is. If you're going for more of a, I'll say traditional look, like something like with a dedicated camera, this is the newest one I can find. If you're going for something like that, this is static. This does not move. This just stays in the middle of your video. But if you're going for more of an iPhone look, something that's a little bit smarter and kind of guess what you're trying to zoom in on, you actually want this to animate around the frame. If you had someone in your video, you want this to kind of select that person. And the way you animate this is with, we're going to pretend this house is a human. You can set keys like this, and you can hit play, and you can go, oh, this is our guy. This is like our iPhone picking up on, oh, you want me to focus on this guy? And you just play through your video. So look, it now goes, oh, and it will scan that part of your video. I don't want that, so I'm actually just going to delete that and add in my regular Curvetool, and I'm just going to make this about that big. That's pretty good. And you hit go. And this is called a Curvetool for a reason. When it's done scanning our video, it's going to give us a graph of how bright our video is throughout the entire thing. I'll show it to you, but you don't really need to look at it. You don't need to reference it because we're not going to do this manually. We're not going to go, oh, the video's bright and make it darker. That defeats the whole point of fucking computers. Sweet. Just like this. This is our information. This is how bright our video is. We want all this information to be kind of off to the side. We don't actually want these nodes to affect our video. We just want one thing to happen to our video, and that is an exposure node. Hit control, bring this over here. Think of this as like an alternate timeline that we're going to grab some information from. If we click here and we add an exposure node, this goes into here. Let's double click on our Curvetool to bring that information right here, and double click on our exposure to bring that information right here. If we go to our intensity data, this is the data that we were just looking at. If we grab something like this blue channel, holding down control, why is my key viz not working? Holding down control and dragging this on top of this links these two nodes together. This information is being regurgitated right here. If we click here and we view this, we can see it's affecting our red channel. We could drag and drop this on green and blue, except we're going to do some things to this. We're going to add a little formula in this red channel that we don't want to have to do 2 more times. So we're actually going to link these red ones to this green and to this blue. You're going to set densities to lights, and you're going to right click here and you're going to hit edit expression. This is where we're going to type in our formula, and do not delete this. This is the X to our formula. This is important. This is the information of how bright our image is. So what we're going to do is we're going to minus it by our goal. We're going to minus it by 0.5 luminance. That's a good goal. You might want to go to like 0.4 or 0.45. You can always play with this later because the human eye does, I think, see better in darkness. So our exposure should be a little bit lower. Let's just keep it at 0.5 for now. Throw these in a set of parentheses. You're going to have a lot of parentheses in here, and I'm definitely going to lose track of them. Set those in a set of parentheses, and you're going to times it by exponent of 3. This is because our light isn't measuring linearly, it's going more logarithmically. And then we are actually going to times this by 15. Again, you can change these numbers later. This number is how drastic your light metering will change. Throw that another set of parentheses, and you're actually at the very beginning, set this to minus because we want to do the opposite of whatever our light is. So negative that. And now it's pretty good, except we want some guardrails. If you aim your camera at the sun, you don't want the exposure to drop down to negative infinity. So let's put some guardrails on here in the terms of a clamp. Like that, parentheses like that. I think you throw in another one, and then you're going to add a comma. The lowest number it can be, let's just do negative 15, comma. The highest number it can be, let's just do 15 again. Another set of parentheses. Am I missing a set of parentheses? Oh, okay. I was missing one right here after this exponent. And don't worry, I copied and pasted this little formulae in the description. It's right beneath the link to the Dell webinar on January 9th. Don't forget to register. Dell will take away my computer. Hit OK, and boom! If we hit play, we can see that our light is adjusting. This part was blown out 5 seconds ago, and now look at it. It's all freaking fucking cool, dude. It's going, oh, it's getting a little bright, and it auto adjusts. And again, you can right click here, hit edit expression, and you can change these numbers. This is your goal. You can set that to 0.4, hit OK, and now it's a little bit darker. You can always play with these numbers. If you want to redo the curve tool, you can always just re-hit the go button. It'll automatically do it. If you want to change the time offset, if you want to reanimate it, this is very modular, if you will. Except we have one more thing I would like to talk about. We can still see the original dynamic range of this video. That's not good. When our light metering is changing, it doesn't actually feel like it's revealing any new information because our dynamic range is still super high. We want to crush that just a little bit. So what we can do that with is a grade node. Hit the G shortcut. We can increase the black point just a little bit and drop the white point just a little bit. I might have gone a little too hard on the paint, but it's good for the example. So now if we were to go to like right here and we were to hit play, it feels like it's actually revealing more information because we are crushing the dynamic range. When it adjusts, it's actually like, oh, it actually feels like it's affecting our world. When it gets a little brighter, we can see the things that are hiding in these trees. Like look at how dark this area is right here. But now it's revealing information versus if we didn't have this grade node, we can always see what's here. But now if we crush our dynamic range, it actually feels like we are revealing information, if that makes any sense. And this is where you have fun. You add a glow node. You can add some blooms. Now you're just compositing. If you like this little tip or technique, whatever you want to call it, might I suggest my video, how to composite CG to look like it was shot on an iPhone. That's where I originally did this technique, but I wanted to redo it so you could actually search up how to do light metering in Nuke. And hopefully this video came up because there's no reason this little 5-minute technique should be buried in that 1 hour long video. Thank you so much for watching. Please go to the Dell webinar. Don't forget to register. They will take away my computer on January 9th. I love you guys. Bye.